Freeze is a 2022 Lovecraftian horror movie written and directed by Charlie Steeds. The movie follows Captain Mortimer and the crew of the Innsmouth on a rescue mission to the North Pole. Their search and rescue is for one Captain Steiner. However, when they are trapped in the ice, the crew is besieged by horrific creatures. What has become of the captain, and just what are these horrors? Well, typically Lovecraft movies don't do much explaining for the latter, so guess we'll have to settle for figuring out if the captain is dead, dying, insane, or mutated and insane. It's typically one of those options. Well, the film doesn't waste any time getting to the action as we open on Benito, played by Jay O'Connell, running for his life. Something smells fishy about this. Oh, wait. It's just the fish people. Fish people are at least practical, but pretty clearly are guys in suits. Anyways, either go insane or kill yourself, and it looks like he chose option 2. Guess you can say this film starts with a bang. Anyways, onto the SS Innsmouth, which is one of many nods to Lovecraft's work. In the dining hall, we see not played by Jack Black, Captain Roland Mortimer, played by Rory Wilton, who is brushing up on his reading with the Poundland Necronomicon. The illustrations are cool, at least. But we have other members of the crew that meet, like Charles Redgrave, played by Jake Watkins, an artist who lets it slip that these pictures he draws, they can fetch a nice and hefty purse. There's also Marlowe Spriggs, played by Ricardo Freitas, whose character is essentially...
Don't have much of a family, do you, Redgrave, from what I hear?
You know nothing about me.
Just being friendly, lad.
Ah, okay, he's the asshole of the group. Well, we learn that they've been on the ship for 2 years so far, and the supplies are already starting to dwindle. Everyone but the chef seems unconcerned, especially Redgrave, who, in fact, is concerned about something else. Bouncing back to the captain, we see that Barnabas McCullen, played by Johnny Vivache. He seems to be the only one concerned over small things like them floating off course, thickening ice, and more.
Or the Innsmouth will freeze into the ice sheet, where it will remain for the rest of winter.
But the lieutenant, Gideon Roth, played by David Lennox, believes strongly in the strength of their ship and...
floating further and further north, until it is too late.
This is a 400-ton ship, Barnabas. You underestimate her.
I'm not talking to you, Gideon, please.
Is this movie a 4 years too late cash-in on the Terror? It's more connected than the second season. Well, I'm sure that ice won't be trouble.
Convince him to turn us around. You're as afraid as the rest of us.
The ice was, in fact, trouble. Anyways, time to order the men around, and when Marlowe goes to fetch Redgrave, he unveils another cast member, Carmen, played by Beatrice Barilla.
She has her reasons for journeying out here, Marlowe. Please.
Wasn't it for me?
You know, on second watch, I just realized something. There's evidence of 4 people sleeping in here. Did neither of the other 2 notice? Did we not all see Mulan?
There are a couple of things I know they're bound to notice.
Typically, stowaways would hide in places like the cargo hold, lifeboats, and other such places that easily resulted in their deaths. So, after a knee to the nuts, Marlowe instructs him on where to go and drags Carmen to meet the captain.
Are you going to punish her?
Our situation here is punishment enough.
Well, she got off rather easily. Wonder how Redgrave's doing. I'm going to say he's doing worse. Much, fishy-smelling worse. And worse for where he does look, as when everyone arrives, the creature has jumped ship, leaving a wounded Redgrave. They remove a large tooth from his wound, and ask that he draw what he saw. And geez, our boy here is a speedster with a pencil. Even gave it some shading. But what's truly shocking to the captain is that this fish-man thing resembles near perfectly the fish-man thing in his Necronomicon. So grabbing any musket they can find, they flee the ship out into the Arctic condition, with no winter clothing. No spare powder or balls. Well, they got everyone still alive, right? That's right, Carmen's still aboard. And hey, she grabbed one bag of powder and brought Redgrave along. Still no ammunition, but at least they can go bang.
We have a long walk ahead.
Yeah, we don't see much either. At least 3 crewmen are shown in various extents to be killed by the creatures. However, a captain's rank would give him 10 loyal Marines in addition to his officer's cabinet. Not really a complaint, but kind of just something I wanted to bring up. I used to drink a lot of Snapple tea. Taking shelter inside a cave, they happen across one of the original crew members. He's just a stiff, but he does come with a handy-dandy double barrel. Which, if this is somewhat based off the SS Terror, then it's a bit early. The SS Terror suffered its event in 1813, while the first double-barrel shotgun wasn't invented until 1851, and didn't hit the market until a decade later. And this must be a small cave, as Carmen finds her brother Benito, who took the easy way out. Taking a rest, it becomes clear that Redgrave will not be walking out of this cave, since he's the only one who got severe frostbite.
Can you feel this? This.
Honestly surprised no one else has gotten black in the fingers and toes. Next surprise is going to be that the captain finds the other captain playing music.
William.
Shh. They like it. The ichthyoids. They enjoy our music, can you believe?
This is a cave. Cave's echo. How did no one hear this? Well, hey, we found him, so, back to the ship?
You've seen the ichthyoids.
The what?
The ichthyoids. Creatures from the ice.
Oh, he chose the insane cult member dialogue path. Here we learn that Captain William Steiner, played by Tim Gartwright, came up here not for the Northwest Passage, but for the fish people. He's in charge of them and wants to head back to jolly old England with a ship full of them. He may be insane, but he has a plan, and he's easily the best part of this film.
You can't be serious. They'd wreak havoc on land. There'd be war.
Yes, yes. And we would be on their side. You and I.
I will not be upstaged, so I shall leave. Meanwhile, Marlowe is attacked by the creatures, who are numerous, and now is probably a good time to say they had 3 men play all the creatures. Sam Lane, Jamie Seal, Darek Nelson. Can't imagine it was the funnest job, but you lads did good. Also, yes, he did fire a flintlock twice. Here it's okay, as that's a double-barreled flintlock, which did exist around this time. But 2 shots, and you're all out, so game over. Luckily, Gideon and Barnabas are here to save the day. They aren't really good at it, and I'm pretty sure they made Marlowe suffer even more. So who will save these 2 but Carmen with a musket of her own? And yep, that was 2 shots. Honestly, I think the editor is to blame there. I mean, it's clear they aren't bothering past a flash and a slight pop, but still, it's a musket. Even that Sleepy Hollow show understood this.
Dropped your gun.
It was empty.
You only fired 1 shot.
It is more.
Yes, Crane, a lot more.
Fleeing outside into the moderately cool Arctic weather, the captain decides that no one can leave or find this place. So hey, Barnabas, be a lad, go back to the ship with Gideon and, blow her up.
Gideon, without the supply run, we won't last a week. You'll be safe with Barnabas.
I'll be praying that you're all here and alive when we return.
So off they hop, while Carmen shows off this film's cool weapon.
Why not fight? Lay every last one of them to waste.
3 muskets tied together. Right. Remember when I said that multiple barrels was a real thing? Yeah, well, double-barrel muskets did exist for deer hunting in Scotland. Even then, they were made so as not to interfere with the other. Also not sure how you easily shoot the middle one. Add on top of all this that the typical musket of choice, a Brown Bess, weighed about 10 pounds, so 30 pounds worth of weight, barely strapped together, and longer than an arm. You can be stupid and cool, but I think it's more stupid than cool. But, right, I'm putting way too much thought into this. Let's just get going. So the captain heads back to Steiner, only to be attacked and lose 2 fingers to a bite attack. And honestly, that's a fucking good effect. Breaking away, Steiner reveals that he's been teaching the creatures new things. Well, old species' new tricks still don't hold up to a double barrel, do they?
Eat this.
followed up with a knockout, but we go back to the dynamic duo who have boarded the ship. However, when Gideon learns about the plan, he slightly overreacts.
Stop being so gutless and lend a hand.
At least Redgrave is doing well. He took up some light reading and is now sketching, while cosmic horrors unknowingly rape his mind. The things I write in the script. Anyways, the gang meets up and quickly departs with Carmen, led away by her brother's ghost, while Gideon allies with the crazy captain. He's real confident he won't end up fish food on the trip back. Meanwhile, Redgrave continues to have his conniption, while Carmen is led to the marker. Oh, and I guess Redgrave saw Captain Steiner in his dreams or something.
Those dreams belong to me.
Captain! Captain!
Rushing back to Redgrave, the two find him dead, but also not. Nothing to double tap, and I think some reused footage won't fix. Well, Steiner has taken the Necronomicon and inserted it into the marker, summoning the fish-man things, so our heroes go to stop him, no matter how stupid their chosen weapons are. I mean, seriously, the gunpowder being ignited in the pan has a decent chance of igniting the other muskets. It would make more sense just to strap 2 on and carry a 3rd, but hey, it looks close enough to a smart gun when held like that, so go nuts! Oh, and Gideon died. In a movie with 2 assholes, him being a traitor brought him just enough time to reach the climax. Well done. Said climax is underway as Mortimer sets to marker the blow, but instead receives a blow to the leg from Steiner. Taking cover as Steiner fires twice more, and wait, that's only 2 barrels. Well, he's definitely out of ammo now, and the shootout turns into a melee. Guess Mortimer just didn't want to use that shotgun. Well, he gets on top and stabs multiple holes in Steiner's body, only to then shove in sticks of dynamite, grinding them as the wounds tear open even more. I mean, were you guys friends, or was this whole thing because you hated him? Also, before we get to the dumbest part, yes, that's a modern lighter. No, they wouldn't have that. Yes, this film lacks common sense. There was a lighter at the time called a Doberreiner's lamp. Probably said that wrong, but it's nothing like the one shown. What is shown is a 4th shot from the Flintlock. When going for a 5th one, he's finally out. Phew! I was starting to think this film was unrealistic. So it comes down to Carmen, who kills Steiner, and the film ends with her wandering out into the just below freezing Arctic. So that was Freeze, and well, it's not the best Lovecraft attempt, but it also isn't the worst. Don't get me wrong, it's bad, stupid, shallow, and fractured, but it's not poorly acted, and some of the characters are at least fun. Also, the creature effects, well, obviously guys in suits, aren't terrible either. I feel like if handled with more care, they could have actually worked. Also, I'll take bad practical over bad CGI any day of the week. I didn't really care for any of the good guys, and the only characters to go above and beyond were the 2 captains. Sure, they hammed it up, but sometimes you just want some ham. That being said, this film is pretty stupid. It becomes clear that the budget they had wasn't that great, namely in that everyone uses the same double-barrel pistol, and never at the same time on screen. Even with a small budget, the sets aren't terrible, and the CGI, not related to the firearms, is pretty good. Being released first in Spain, or at least officially in the UK at Fright Fest, October 29th, 2022, the latest release would be Australia, December 13th, 2022, with a DVD premiere. You would be best steering clear of this iceberg, but if you just want something quick and easy to riff on, this could be your Northwest Passage.
Thank you. Better move quickly, Mr. Roth.
You killed Redgrave.
If you want to get home, you will do as I say.